Hey everybody, welcome to my freak show. It is so great to have you guys here. Thank you so much for being so patient and waiting for me. I do apologize. My my computer died a few weeks ago. Or actually, it's been more than a few weeks. It died like a month ago. So I had it in the repair shop. The part has not come, so they were able to kind of like rig it so I could still use it and download the information from it. And on the same day, I shit you guys not, that my computer died, the only crappy phone that I've ever had in my life died as well. So I had to go out and spend the money that I didn't have to get my computer repaired and to get a new phone. A lot of you know I fucking hate technology. I hate it. I hate it. I don't need it. I don't want it. I don't want people to be able to get in touch with me, except for my husband, my mother, father, and my best friend. That's it. No offense to everybody else. But I like this whole nobody bothering me thing during this whole quarantine. I really like it. So, but I did not like being without a computer. And the thing was, it's the power source. And had I known that, I needed the information from it. So anyway, the computer is still not fixed. And sadly, I think I might have to end up getting a new one. So I apologize, guys. It has been due to heavy technology issues that I have not been live streaming or even putting out my videos. So I sincerely apologize. Thank you all so much for your patience. Also, for those of you, I know a lot of you do not know this, but lately I have had severe heart problems. Sadly, my heart was just a little damaged from the arsenic poisoning that I had in 2018, and so it's I say it tachycardia because I say it the way it looks like it's pronounced, but it's like tachycardia or tachycardia or something like that. Anyway, my resting heart rate will go from like regular to like 60, and it will skyrocket into like 120, 140, 150, almost a cardiac arrest within 2.5 seconds. So your heart is normally not like the engine of a Porsche. So it's, I've had to see a lot of doctors, and we've just had to kind of narrow this thing down of why it happens and what meds I can take to prevent it from happening. And so we've actually had to kind of like, I had no idea. I live in Texas. I have no idea where the hell Marble Falls is. But I found out where it was to go see a cardiac specialist who was able to help me find out what was wrong with me. And it was it was so bad that my blood pressure was so bad. It was like 88/4. I was almost a corpse. It was really bad. So I'm back now, though, thankfully, even a little thinner. And so I have a lot of great information for American Horror Story to report to you guys and to just kind of sit back and chit chat with you with. So we're only going to do about 30 minutes today because I am still kind of catching up on some, houseworks and family things. And then, of course, we'll probably do another live stream this weekend. But I am just so glad to see all of you. Zach White, it's very grainy. Hope the heart is better. I know, guys, I apologize if it's grainy. As sadly, y'all can probably see, I'm in my closet. Sadly, and happily, because my children are home for the summer, and both of my sons have powerful computers to game, and my daughters are watching something on the internet now. So I apologize if this is a little grainy. I usually do this later in the day, but the last few weeks, though, I've been telling myself I'm going to live stream tonight. And then it turns into 10 o'clock. I'm tired, and it's like, okay, the kids are in bed. I just want to like have a little ball, go to bed, and just get some sleep. And then I think all of a sudden, oh my God, I forgot to do my live stream. So you guys, again, y'all are all the best for being so supportive. Thank you all very much. Debbie, Ebby, Babebby, Blaze, Penlin, Blair, Foster, Marco, 91, Don Ford, BRT. Let's see, Melinda. Melinda, so great to see you. My Gedney, Bart. Guys, it does feel like it's been years. Thank you all so much for your patience. I really appreciate it. So let's get into some American Horror Story news. And let's talk about what's kind of like been going on and where we are for season 10. And I do want you guys to remember, do not forget, we are still getting American Horror Story season 10. They did start filming and some production whenever COVID hit in March. Well, whenever it started to shut things down in March. So they did say that everything is still good with season 10. As far as they know, everything is still good to go. Everybody's just still being postponed and asked to wait, which is fine. That's great to me. I would rather have my favorite actors and actresses healthy and happy and not having any kind of COVID. So I apologize. My camera is getting a little too low. So for me, I'm very excited that we are going to get a little bit of a delayed season. And plus, I don't know about you guys, but season 5 was the last season American Horror Story kind of went through the holidays. And I know we didn't like get an actual episode on Thanksgiving or Christmas, but it didn't matter. To me, it was always a wonderful Thanksgiving and Christmas to have American Horror Story like for the holidays. So Hazel Pony says, hello from South Africa, Miss Moody. Well, hello from North Austin there, Hazel Pony. It's so great to have you. Glad you're here. Lady Di, I'm so glad you're here too. I've missed you. I've missed you all so much. Thank you so much for being here. So definitely, Hazel, hello from me. So I would rather wait. And as long as the American Horror Story actors and actresses are healthy and we get a solid season, I am perfectly fine with waiting. So let's jump into a little bit of news regarding American Horror Story. As you guys know, that Cody Fern, his birthday was just recently. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of great American Horror Story actors and actresses like Lily Rabb and Kathy Bates. Their birthdays just passed. So I definitely apologize that we haven't actually like talked about those things before, but happy birthday to all of those incredible actors and actresses. And oh my gosh, really quickly, Pose season 2 is on Netflix. If you haven't watched it, I suggest you do. However, I remember now why I blocked season 2 out. Michael, a really good friend of mine, my soul brother, is also an admin here. He and I were going to watch and review season 2. And at one point I stopped watching it. And I remember now why. And I didn't remember it whenever it said Pose was coming to Netflix. I was like, yes, I can finally watch season 2. As far as in my mind, what I remember, it was a cable issue that I couldn't see season 2. But Michael was so sweet. And we were even sharing his Hulu logins so we could both make sure that we could see the show at the same time so we could get the same, get on the same page regarding the episode. But now I remember why I stopped watching, because season 2 literally punched me in the gut almost every episode, especially with Miss Candy. And I really recommend you guys to go watch season 2 of Pose. Oh, okay, sorry. For some reason, I know I was talking about Pose, but hang on. For some reason, my children have been talking to Alexa that I have right here in my bedroom. That's right outside the door because I'm in my closet in my master bathroom. And for some reason, Alexa has been reading my novel, Murder by Alpha, to my children. And if you guys remember, right in the first chapter, right in the first few pages, is a very violent rape scene. And for some reason, and I can't even get Alexa to read my books to me. And for some reason, when I'm in my closet or when I'm downstairs, Alexa just wants to start reading Murder by Alpha to my kids. And it starts, like I said, always at chapter 1 with that horrible, violent rape scene. It's like, no, stop! Like I'm almost, even the downstairs one sometimes will do it. And it freaks me out. I'm not going to lie. It freaks me out. It makes me think that freaking Alexa is literally against me. I'm trying. If it were my older kids, I'd be okay with it. But it's my younger kids, and they don't need to kind of know it, obviously what they don't even know Murder by Alpha right now. So I just heard Alexa just talking right now, and I'm sorry I had to break down the post talk, but I just had to make sure that once again, that bitch was not reading Murder by Alpha to my kids. And I don't even know how she can do it. I even specifically requested, Alexa, purchase Murder by Alpha by Mary Ann Moody on Amazon Kindle. And she says, searching for Murder by Alpha by Mary Ann Moody on Amazon Kindle. And it tells me, no search is found. And like, I can't even get it to find Regina, the Dellengrad trilogy, or any of my other books, specifically asking my Alexa to find my books, let alone read them to me. Me, an intelligent 40-year-old freaking internet savvy, tech savvy person, cannot get my Alexis to work. But behind my back, that bitch reads my books to my kids, the very violent parts. Literally, Illuminati confirmed. So anyway, about Pose, yeah, it broke me. I'm not gonna lie. That was such good writing, and it was such a great, heartbreaking season that it left me depressed for a few days afterwards. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even think I remember watching the rest of season 2 because it depressed me so badly when I saw it when it was first airing that summer. It's like, what was it like? It was 2 summers ago. But sadly, COVID stopped that from filming as well. So anyway, I just, yeah. AHS Alexa, says Bart. Yes, Bart, AHS Alexa. And I do want to absolutely thank, let's see, Debbie. It's been so long since I've done a live stream. I obviously can't articulate my feelings right now. I'm sorry. Debbie is so sweet to post the news that Emma Roberts has been confirmed as pregnant with her first child, and Lily Rabe just had her second baby girl. And I think that's awesome. I didn't even know that Lily Rabe was pregnant. Of course, we just saw her on AHS 1984, and they filmed it last summer. And if she just had her baby, she must have gotten pregnant right after she filmed for AHS 1984. So I see, guys, that the picture is getting very pixelated once again. Wonderful, beautiful children are also logged in on their systems right now. So it is taking it away a little bit from my speed to live stream with you. So yes. All right. So let's move into more AHS news. Let's see. Of course, don't forget, guys, American Horror Stories is going to be the new American Horror Story, I guess, after the final season, season 13. It's going to be exclusively on FX, on Hulu, which is in the US, sadly, but it will be televised outside the US. So for those of you who have Hulu in the US and it's not going to show it for you, don't worry, you still will be able to watch American Horror Stories. And that's something else I must apologize, guys. I got Hulu. And they have Scream Queens on there. And they have season 2. And I have some wonderful friends who, for my birthday, came together, pitched in all their money, and bought me Scream Queens season 1 on DVD, which I have affectionately put up in a case because I love it so much. But it's hard to find season 2. You cannot buy season 2 on Amazon. You cannot buy it on DVD or Blu-ray. It is so hard to find frickin' Scream Queens season 2. And then Hulu has all 10 episodes. And of course, I want to make a video because my kids and I have been filming, and I have to edit it and put it all together for you guys and get the news and here's Scream Queens season 2 that I haven't seen since it first premiered. Like, what was that? Like, season 2 was like 2015, 2016. I mean, it was quite some time ago. This was about a good 3 or 4 years ago that Scream Queen season 2 actually aired. So when I got it, when I was actually looking at it, like, I could watch all 10 episodes again. That's what I did for like 4 days. I am not ashamed to admit I did the same thing with The Exorcist season 1 and 2. I think I spent like a good 12 days on Hulu, just straight Hulu. And then, of course, freaking Hulu has 1984, AHS 1984, which I have AHS 1984, but I don't have the first episode. For some reason, I don't understand why I don't have the first episode anymore. And so I feel like an addict. Like I've been watching Hulu for like 13 days straight, and it doesn't look like I'm going to stop anytime soon because they have Fear the Walking Dead. And let's just be honest here. Up until season 4, Fear the Walking Dead is an incredible show. So it's next. So I apologize. That's, with the computer, my health, and Hulu, shit just got real over here. So again, thank you all very much for your, just waiting for me, your patience here. Zachary Quinto also confirmed that he does not think he's ever going to return to American Horror Story, even if he's asked back. He just thinks he's done with it. Let's see. Matt Boomer is also not coming back to American Horror Story season 10. He said he's hoping to, but he has not been asked. And don't forget, guys, of course, Ryan Murphy's The Politician season 2 is out on Netflix right now. And Ryan Murphy's Ratchet is either out or it's about to come out. So don't forget there is Ratchet. But yes, Emma Roberts is expecting her first child with her boyfriend, Garrett Hedlund. And I think that is absolutely incredible. I know there's a lot of mixture out there with you guys in regards to loving Emma and hating Emma. Debbie says, I've been watching Lost on Hulu. Thank you, Debbie. I'm so glad I'm not the only person out there who's like been on binging Hulu. Oh, I see BRT. You've been doing it too. You've been watching Lost. Everybody, it seems like, is really into Lost right now. I loved Lost. It was a good show. I wish that they would have ended it with a little bit better answers, but Lost was a really good show. Kajona, it's so great to have you. Longtime subscriber. Glad to see you're doing okay. I sure am. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you here. Oh, Debbie says that Ratchet's release has been moved up to August. So I'm really very excited about that. I have not had a chance to watch The Politician, and that's because of Scream Queens. I think the same day that The Politician season 2 came out was the same day I discovered Scream Queens on season 2 on freaking Hulu. But that's okay because now I have Scream Queens season 2 and I can watch it anytime, just like season 1 of Scream Queens. So I'm very excited because now, and I do intend to do a video about it, but now that I've watched Scream Queens season 2 again, it's not as bad as what I once thought it was. And you guys are probably thinking, what? Girl, it was awful. Yes, I'm not discounting that in any way, shape, or form. It really wasn't very good. But it definitely had some great actors and actresses, some one-liners, and the writing was definitely there in certain situations. And it did still feel like they weren't exactly sure how to tie up the end. Like they didn't know what to do with 10 episodes. That seemed like it was too much for them. And I think season 1 had like 13 episodes, and that was plenty. There was so much going on in every episode with so much backstory with season 1 that there was so much filler. But they were trying to do so much with the hospital and the Kuru with Dean Boxmunch and, with John Stamos and his perfectly hot self, and of course the Green Meanie. It just was, it didn't seem so cohesive as I first thought. And it did seem still that the ending was just so like a poor little fat kid trying to squash himself into an outfit that he knows he's not going to fit into, but he's trying to impress the other cool kids because he wants to be that kid. He wants to be cool. He doesn't want to be left out from dances anymore, and she wants to be asked out on dates, and damn it, I don't want to be ignored. I mean, him. He does. You know what I mean here. Absolutely bad past issues. But you all get what I'm saying here. It totally just didn't fit. I want to also let you guys know that it was reported that Brad Falchuk, who is AHS co-creator, 911 co-creator, who is like best friend and co-creator to everything Ryan Murphy does, he did have COVID-19 this past spring. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty positive my family had it. I mean, my kids got sick with the flu in between December and January like 4 times. And there was at least one time where the doctor will cough. It was really deep. They tested negative for pneumonia, and they had a really high fever and nothing else. But it was this really horrible deep cough. All of my kids did it. So I'm positive we had COVID, even way before COVID-19 even was supposed to have hit the US. So I'm pretty positive we had it like December or January, and I'm really freaking glad that I didn't go anywhere for anybody's birthday or for the holidays, and we just kept our poor little sick kids at home. So for any of you out there who is suffering with COVID, you did suffer with COVID, or anybody you know or love has it or is suffering with it, Brad Falchuk had it. He has now healed, and he's going to be totally fine. Billy Lord is engaged to Austin Rydell. I don't really know Austin Rydell. However, congratulations to them. I know Billy Lord was engaged to Taylor Lautner at one time, and I really wanted them to work out. They were such an adorable couple, but they did not get together. Let's see. I'm just looking right here for Sarah Paulson revealed that she wants to direct another future episode of AHS. This county just came out recently. It's not AHS related, but Lady Gaga is set to star alongside Kate Hudson, Anne Hathaway, and Robert Downey Jr. in the remake of the 1992 dark comedy film Death Becomes Her. And I'm kind of curious what you guys have to say about that. And if there's any AHS news that I have missed, I have either reported on it before and I just didn't want to repeat it, or I don't know it. Murder Motel, it's so great to have you. We miss you so much, darling, and we are so glad that you are here with us, babe. You look so beautiful. Kevin Odom, it is so great to have you. I miss you too. I'm so glad to see a lot of original faces here, guys. I know I can't see your faces. I see your names, but I just hope that everybody out there is doing okay and that you're all making it through this really shitty time, because, you know, I know everybody is at home and you've either lost your job or you're trying to work from home and teach your kid. And there's just so much that you're overwhelmed with right now. So you all have my sympathy and my love. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much again for stopping here. And don't forget, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, thumb it up. And if you don't, I don't give a shit what you do with the thumbs down button. You can stick it up your butt for all I care. So that is it with basically American Horror Story news. Now, I did want to talk about this whole thing of Death Becomes Her, because I would love to see Lady Gaga in this movie. And in 1992, my mother's sister, I think I get my love of film from my mother's sister, my Aunt Peggy. Sadly, she passed away the same time as my sister Kimberly. It was so odd to literally the day you buried your sister was the day that your favorite aunt died. It was just 2009, literally August sucked for me, was horrible in every way. So my aunt was the first person who showed me Rosemary's Baby. She showed me so many great classics. And Death Becomes Her, I will never forget, she took me to the theater and we sat together and just laughed through that whole thing with each other on. I loved it with her. And it was even special that I got to share it with my Aunt Peggy. So it wasn't that we really liked the movie. It was that we were having an experience as an aunt and a niece. And so I'm really not excited to see a remake, but and Robert Downey Jr. 4 incredibly talented actors who would, I feel, with the right screenwriter, do it justice. So absolutely, I would love to see this. So again, guys, I will definitely be following up on more American Horror Story news. And I will definitely be live streaming again. And like I said, I'm getting my videos together, so that's definitely coming out. Now, before we end the stream, I have a question for you guys. I know, Murder Motel, I'm so sorry I'm lagging. I think my children are all on their devices. So I guess I need to stop moving and maybe it just like won't lag so much. But there is one question that I have out there for you guys. Recently, I have acquired some brand new Blu-rays. If you follow my Instagram, you can actually see the new Blu-rays that I've acquired, and you can also see my potted plants that I have acquired since COVID that I have named after famous American Horror Story actors. So, yeah, there's that. You should definitely go check that out. I have all of the plants together as like a cast meeting. Sometimes I feel like I really lost it, guys. S. Mark, it's so great to have you. I'm so thankful that you're here. Thank you. Okay, so I'm curious, guys. One of my recent acquires of DVDs is Dr. Sleep. So when you guys put I'm a big stickler for alphabetical. My books, my movies, my spices, even in my pantry. Everything has to be arranged alphabetically and aesthetically. Okay. So when you have a movie called The Shining and a sequel called Dr. Sleep, really screws up your alphabetical wanting to keep your stuff together. Now, I know that those of you out there are wondering, is she really fucking serious? Yes! Okay, because I know that a lot of you out there are like me, okay? Especially when it comes to your entertainment. Absolutely. Romancing the Stone and Jewel of the Nile. They belong together. They should sit together on the same shelf. So should Dr. Sleep and The Shining. Dr. Sleep should not be in the D's and The Shining should not be in the S's. They should be together. Now, am I the only person who obsesses about this? Probably so. But if I'm not, share it in the comments because then we could actually be crazy together. I was just genuinely curious if I was the only person who ever wondered about Alien and Aliens, Neighbor and Neighbors, Neighbors 1, Neighbor 2, The Exorcist 1, 2, and 3. They all make it very easy to be aesthetically and alphabetically pleasing in your beautiful Blu-ray collection. Romantic, it makes it so hard for those of us who were mentally obsessed with it. So, Melinda, I do have my horror movies separate than from like my action, comedy, sci-fi, romance, every other genre. But I do have all of my horrors together, all in one. So, but I just did not know if I was the only one who obsesses over their over their Blu-rays and DVDs like me. I see that Blaze is like, nope. You are so sweet, Blaze. Murder Motel says, honestly, I think the girl who played in The Shining was a terrible actress. The girl in the bathroom with the knife. They could have chose a better actress or actor for that role. She was god-awful. The girl in the bathroom with the knife. Are you talking about Rose the Hat? Or are you talking about Abra, the young girl? But I did really enjoy Dr. Sleep mostly because the ending of The Shining was the ending in Dr. Sleep. I loved it. I don't know. I love how they kind of really truly tried to stay true to the book. So anyway, yeah, it was just an example I had to ask you guys. And there's one recent acquirement that I got recently that I had to show you guys because I'm extremely proud of it. I'm very happy about it because it was really hard to find and I got it so cheap. So I bought Halloween 3 Season of the Witch on DVD at Half Price Books. Oh, I usually keep my receipt in here. More than likely either $9.99 or $14.99. hard to find movies like this. Half-price books makes it more expensive. So even though Halloween 3 Season of the Witch was not a very good movie, it is rare and hard to find. So then when you find it on Blu-ray, it makes it even rarer. Except Amazon. Amazon had it for $9.99. And let me tell you guys something. I would never spend too much money on Blu-rays. I get them at the pawn shops. I don't like to spend a lot of money on any of that stuff. I always let it for my kids. But I have a book and movie problem. And when I saw Halloween 3, I had to get it. And I just wanted you guys to see it because damn this glare. I'm just so proud of it. It is one of my favorite Halloween movies because it's, remember when this movie came out, seeing it with my older brother and just the experience of it. So I absolutely love this Halloween. And to be honest with you, it's really hard to find the Halloween movies on Blu-ray. I mean, I have The Curse of Michael Myers. Okay, that's great. That one was very expensive. I have Part 4. All right, that one was hard to find. I have the brand new one that came out, the one that Danny McBride did, and then the 25th anniversary. Now, let me tell you something. When it comes to aesthetics and alphabetical, this one really kills me because this is a Blu-ray. And look how different the book is from the actual thing. And it's so much, here, the book is so much higher too. So it makes my DVDs all like crooked. Okay, so yeah, anyway, it's just so crazy. I love all the, oh, I hear my kids already out there starting to fight. So I love all of the Halloween movies. The new one that came out, yeah, I mean, it was decent. You know, it's different than what Rob Zombie did. And no, I do not own Rob Zombies on Blu-ray. I own them on DVD, but I am not going to pay a lot of money to own them on Blu-ray. I will pay a lot of money to own these on Blu-ray, even though they weren't that great. Same thing with Nightmare on Elm Street. Not the new one, the old ones. So that was just my little chit chat for a little bit, guys. Thank you so much for letting me go off on the movies. These are just my little ticks that I wanted to just chit chat with for a few seconds. Just some mindless things that we can just talk about and ramble about while, you know, this whole COVID thing is still going on. And to be honest with you, it does suck because it's supposedly husband does go to work every day. However, there is nobody at his office except literally him, because there's no way he could work at home with all 5 of us here. His job depends on making money for the company. So he can't with 5 people making a lot of noise here. So, and then of course, here in Austin, it's really high. So I don't take my children out anywhere. We always make sure we wear masks if we do step out. And we just figured that it's better just to, you know, be here, be safe, and just not to contribute to the whole COVID. So we've just been here, been safe. And I just really appreciate everybody out there who has been watching the live streams and the videos. I've even been getting a lot of comments on my videos that have been like years ago, like, what is the theme of season 6? And, you know, I think it was one that me and a couple of other viewers, we thought we guessed what it was. And so, of course, people have to go in and say, it wasn't that, it was Roanoke. How could you not know that? It's like, well, that video was made like 4 years ago. So kind of hits me how some people don't realize it. But I'm guilty of the same thing. I'm guilty of like, Dead Meat did this. Oh my God, they put this out 4 years ago. I never realized. So anyway, if you guys enjoyed the stream, please thumb it up. I would greatly appreciate it because, of course, only YouTube cares about that. I do care if you love the stream. And if you loved it, I know you're going to come back. So I'm not worried about a thumbs up telling me whether or not you liked it or not. I just love you guys. Do not give up right now. COVID will come to an end. We're just getting used to a new way of life. Everything is totally cool. And I'm reporting here from Austin, Texas, where things are supposedly so high. I had to go to the emergency room a couple of weeks ago due to my heart issue. It happened again. My heart literally went from 60 to 150 in just a few seconds. And I started to go into a cardiac arrest. So I had to go to the hospital. I went to the heart hospital, the Austin Heart Hospital, and Central Austin on Burnett. Nobody was in there. Nobody. And I know that there's a lot of reports right now about how all the hospitals are full, but let me tell you, sadly, due to the heart thing, I have been to the hospital at least once a month since March, because it's just all of a sudden I've gone into like this. My heart has raced so high that I've almost gone into this big cardiac arrest. I need to be rushed to the hospital. Like I said, never anybody there. And of course, the doctors are like, there's nothing wrong with you. You had an anxiety attack. Goodbye. And I tell them, it's not an anxiety attack. This happens all the time. This is what my cardiologist says that it is, and that I'm supposed to come to you when this happens to me. And they say, no, you have anxiety. Don't listen to your cardiologist. You need a therapist. And literally in the hospitals, they push you out. They will tell you that you have anxiety. Guys, I shit you not. I went in with a medical report from my cardiologist and my regular doctor indicating that I had been poisoned with mercury and arsenic heavily, and that I have a current cardiology problem that they need to help me with if I come into the emergency room. And at this time, we didn't know it was the tachycardia. They literally, and this is an official note from my cardiac doctor. They looked at it and at the medical report, and they looked at me like, you poor thing. Who did you bang in order to get them to write this on a medical report? They clicked anxiety and sent me home without even helping me. I gotta say, it's really sad that, I just got treated so poorly, and I had a genuine heart condition. And the fact that they just never cared and kicked me out, my blood pressure was like 88/4. And they said, don't worry, you won't die in the next few hours, so we're going to send you home. It was 88/4, and they thought that was okay to go home. So I don't understand. I really, truly try to stay away from the news and from all that other crap that they're reporting right now, because all I know is that I had a major heart condition that I thought was a major heart condition. And I would certainly go into these unknown cardiac arrests for no reason. And here, the emergency room doctors are saying that's totally normal. Just go see a therapist. My doctor says, no, that's not normal. Go see a cardiologist. The cardiologist is like, yeah, that's not normal. Here's what you have. If it happens again, go to the emergency room. Take this to them. They'll be able to help you. They can even contact me when you're in the emergency room. Have the attending physician call me, is what my cardiologist, Dr. Bott, he's fantastic. And he said, have the hospital call me and I can confirm it. Last time I went, they checked anxiety, gave me a huge prescription for Valium, and kicked my ass out the door with a blood pressure of 88/4. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about with COVID and our hospitals overwhelmed. There was nobody in that emergency room. And that is one of the biggest hospitals in Austin. Nobody in that emergency room. And like I said, they literally kicked me out with that low of BP. And they were literally sitting there watching me. I was on I had to be about at least on 30 to 40 milligrams of diazepam. They had me so loaded up on Valium, I was drooling. And my heart went from 55 at one point to 150 within 4.5 seconds. And they told me that was normal. I just need more diazepam. They shot me up with more medicine at that point. So, yeah, again, I don't know what they're talking about with COVID in Texas, because they totally screwed me over. And I'm really glad. I'm lucky that my cardiologist caught it and we know what it is now and that it's okay. Because again, I do probably need some therapy now, because when you go in with a legitimate problem, and because of COVID, the doctors aren't listening to you. They're just thinking, oh, you have anxiety. You're just scared. I'm like, no, my heart should not be operating like a Porsche engine. Even my cardiologist says so. So yeah, it's just been so frustrating and crazy over here. But again, we've just got it under control. We know exactly what I have now. I'm on beta blockers, and I have been and literally they had me so doped up. I was so afraid of that. And I've even gotten off of all their medication. So I'm just on their beta blockers. And yeah, it's fixed the problems, fixed the trichardia. So I'm very happy and yeah, healthy again. So thank you all again for your patience. Thank you for letting me babble. I am going to go start making dinner and hang out with my family and check out a new movie and work on some videos. So thank you guys again for being there. Blaze says, heart therapy where a doctor talks to your heart. That doesn't make sense. Oh no, Blaze, they meant that I need to talk to a therapist. That what was the pain in my chest and made my heart pump so fast so quickly was anxiety and stress. And normally that certainly is what could happen, but physically stress does not. Stress and tricardia are completely different things. So yeah, it didn't make sense at all. Michael says, you know to call me. I would have been all over that doctor. I know, because they're morons. I'm telling you. I'm so sick of all of them. They're literally practicing medicine. They have no idea what they're doing, and they're all so sure of what they're doing when they have no freaking clue. So sadly, I've just been on the pretty shitty end of certain things medically wise lately, but I'm glad I've got a hold on it. So you guys are all awesome. Thank you again for being here. Going to go take care of my awesome family and wash this makeup off my face before it gives me pimples. Sadly, makeup does that. And you guys are awesome. I will definitely see you guys next live stream. Take care. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know that you guys are okay. And of course, if you have a theory about season 10, because best fan theory video will be is the next one that I'm working on. So I need your theories to pick out the best ones. So of course, you guys are awesome. I love you all. See you next broadcast. Thank you all again for being here. Bye, everybody.